Hi, I'm Paul Roberts. This is Conscious Counseling 101. Conscious Counseling 101 was what I always was. And I want to share what I always was with others because there's been helpful benefits for me all through my life, through my analytical evaluation of all the things that I go through and have gone through in my life as an artist. The things that I've done are so valuable, and most people don't take that approach. And most artists get so caught up in whatever it is that they're doing, they're not even realizing how applicable to the whole they can use their artistic abilities. They're usually developing a book or a painting or a sculpture or a television program or some great thing to share with the world to gain means, to gain something that they think the means will then give them what they want. And so they use their analytical abilities to make that product as good as possible so that the means will be as good as possible for them. Whereas what I do with Conscious Counseling 101, as you can look in the other video, the Wizard of Oz type of comparisons and things like this, is to realize that we already have that which we're trying to gain. We already have it. We should be applying our thoughts and our conscious understanding to what that means and how to use what we already have and be all that we are meant to be without putting so much effort into trying to gain it and bring it to us because we have it. Now, how did I get that concept? Where did I come up with that concept? You see on this channel, or at least right now in 2017, you see there's conscious counseling and then there's Batman things. Why are they there? I created this thing out of my love for Batman and the flamboyant secret lifestyle that Batman had. I wanted that same colorization in my own world. I wanted that same sense of adventure and excitement and dynamics in my own world. And so I felt as though, well, could I have that? Could I have that? Is there a way to gain that? Well, not like that. There isn't such a thing. It's what they call it, a superhero. It's not a hero. It's just super. It's something outlandish. Our need to have an elevated sense of purpose and value and to gain some way to bring it and make it mean something to us and to the others that we interact with is so important in the superhero life. Why are they doing the things they're doing? They're doing the things they're doing because they know they need to. You know, one of the things you don't see very much is the value they get from it. You don't see, a lot of the comics and the different things you see. Well, they'd all be wealthy because of it. No. Some of them are wealthy anyway, but they're not wealthy because of it because they're not doing it because of what they can gain. They're not doing all the things they are doing with their skills and then finding a way to make a gain. They already realized. What does the superhero realize? He's already got all that which he needs, and so he isn't trying to gain it. He is trying to use it. And so through Batman, I understood that if I just took what I had and found a way to use it, rather than do whatever I can to be like everybody else and try to find a way to gain it, then my energies would only be spent for positive. Not only for myself, but for the lives of others who I might interact with. And so my sense of purpose as a superhero type mentality type of person, mirroring myself after that, is I want to help, and the only way I'm going to help is to realize that I already have a superpower. So one of the things I did was, just like when you refer to the Wizard of Oz video, how they already had that which they needed. They just didn't realize it, and they didn't really need to be given it by someone else. They had it. I referenced that on that video, but this is a different video for other types of audiences. And I'm sharing with you that one of the things that I asked for and wanted and desired was superhero ability. Ever since I was a little child riding my big wheel, thinking that was going to be what my life was like. So what did I do? I did what I tell others to do with Conscious Counseling 101. I said, okay, you have it. Boom. Okay, you can't do that, right? It's stupid. No, I spent my life like a superhero would, developing my powers, deciding what's important, and analyzing every single thing in the world about the human experience and the possibility of the non-physical realm and the spiritual realm and so many other mental things, and polished myself and honed myself so that I could believe that I had something of value like a superhero, and then automatically I'd go out there and offer that thing of value to any place I saw that I could use it, any place that would welcome me. Now, here's the trick. When someone needs to be saved by a superhero, they'll accept the saving. You're going to go fly in, you're going to take care of things, everything's fine. But in real life, many people don't realize that they're suffering. They don't realize what they're plagued with. They don't realize that they need any help at all. And they see you not as a superhero, but as another person like them. So why on earth would they reach out to you? To reach out to you or allow you to reach out to them would be like saying, I need help. And a lot of people don't think they need help. Many people think they've got it all together and that there's no way they can benefit from anything else other than physical riches, ways to gratify themselves, ways to make themselves feel good. And if you can't offer that, then you can't save them and you're not welcome to save them. But what I offer then, because of this, is a way to say, I'm only going to save those who realize I can help them because they will realize they need to help themselves, but may find themselves unaware or unable to. And so with the superpowers that I have tried to manifest for myself in my own life, I go out there and offer to share those things, but only to those that would have it, only to those that are prepared, only to those that can see what I have created with my artwork. My name is Artsy1. I see what art is. I don't let art consume me in the sense of the artsy-fartsy crap or what I have to do to use my art only as a tool to bring in what I need to have empowerment. I see how my full being and consciousness is fully empowered. Then my effort is only to say to myself, how are you sure you see that? And what are you going to do to further it? And what are you going to do to help with your life purpose, the world that waits before you? This is what I do every day. This is Conscious Counseling 101. This is what I can help anyone that wants to be helped to do every day. One of the things that keeps me from helping others to feel like, if you pay me, I'll help you. If you don't pay me, I won't, is for me to only offer that which is so genuine that it should be open to all. But the blocks and pitfalls that stop mankind from seeing that is what I'm trying to remove. That's the supervillain. That's the arch enemy of the superhero. The person doesn't even realize they can be helped. I'm trying to help people to see that they can have that which they need, and that what they think they want isn't necessarily the same. I'm here to try to help in any way that I can, but I will not swoop in and take that person and do anything for them without being asked or without that person willfully deciding to do it for themselves. So in that way, I'm a counselor and a coach. My superpower is simply that I can help them, but unlike the other superheroes, I won't help them unless they see the value that I have to help them with and help themselves. So what I'm offering them is the ability to see, like myself, and to do something with it so that they can gain what I already know that I have gained. And so therein lies the gift of Conscious Counseling 101. People are so plagued by the things that they're engulfed in, they can't even see their own plight. They can't even see their own limitations. And because they can't see their own limitations, they can't realize there's another way. They can't realize there's more. They can't realize there's a paradigm shift of their perspective that could happen. And they can't realize that what I'm talking about has value and that they can have it too just by realizing it. If they do realize it instantaneously, they will already be there. And now the question is, if they're already there, did anything really happen? The fact that they believe that something did happen and the fact that they're going to explain to themselves how it did happen is going to make the insurance that it did happen, and then it will have happened, and what they do will have been real. What would be required for me to be sure that I had done something? I would need to be sure that another person has benefited. Then all that effort, just one other person in the world, all that effort I would have applied to my life purpose to help someone or save someone in a superhero-like way that wouldn't have been helped otherwise would have been made true. But what if I can't ever make that judgment? What if, since I don't believe in judging, I can't really make that assessment at all? What would I have to draw upon to know that what I've done was worthwhile and ever accomplished? Well, I have the model of my own existence. my own life, and to know that I have achieved what I set out to do in my own life as an assurance. And I have the value and security that I live with every day so that I can become invincible. The things of the world, though I may react initially in my weak moments, just as Superman would put out his chest or Batman would put up his cape, I know that I will not be harmed by the things of this world, even if I were to die or be killed by them. And that is how I've lived with a superpower. I have to have faith that that superpower is possible for someone else to have it transferred to them, or to have them see what I've seen so that they can then be impervious like myself. I won't be able to know for sure whether they ever get there. Some people have said they've been helped, but I won't be able to know. The only reason I know it's valuable to transfer it to someone or even to try is because I know I live with it. That's what I wanted. That's what I have. That's who I am. And that is where my life purpose comes from. And that is why I'm associated with Batman. It's not the costuming, folks. It's the idea that you can become a superhero. And even if you can't see the results from anyone else or be sure of them, you can use it in your own life and be sure of that, so you're guaranteed to at least save yourself. And that's what we really all need to do through Conscious Counseling 101. We all need to have life purpose and save ourselves and know what that life purpose is and be willing to serve and offer that life purpose with our life purpose to others. And that's the highest level that a human being can come to. If you gauge your success based on whatever your analytic powers are of finding out whether you're successful or not, you might always come up a little short, or you might delude yourself and think, oh yeah, everything's fine. Who knows? So you don't gauge your success with outside factors that you can't see, that are beyond your perspective. You gauge your success in knowing that you're practicing and being what you know is valuable. And that's what makes you impervious. That's what makes you a superhero. That's what makes you able to have superpowers. I know I have them. How will I use them? There's a lot of comics out there like Spider-Man. They try to figure out, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? And there's a lot of superheroes that part of the drama of it is, how did he fail? How did he succeed? Spider-Man, for instance, he's a good one. I like to look at Spider-Man for this. He realized that by not doing something in the very beginning, where that thief ran past him and he didn't stop them, though he knew he could, already he had allowed harm to happen by inaction. From that moment that he realized that harm, he made a promise to himself he wasn't going to do that any longer. He was going to do what I'm talking to you about in this video. From that moment, he changed. He became a superhero. Those things in your life will be written, and mine. The question of how effective he was, it's long, many comics will be written about that. The knowing he's the superhero happens when he says, I'm not going to do that any longer. I'm not going to be inactive. I'm going to be active. That was when the superhero value came into his life. And that stayed with him regardless of his overall outcome or his understanding of his overall outcome as he struggled with it. And that is what conscious counseling can do for you. And I have proof of it because I did it myself. I cannot necessarily make you a successful superhero. The drama of that is in your own life and how you let it play out. But I can show you the value of Conscious Counseling 101 that will be unquestionable. And that's why you see Batman and superhero things on my conscious counseling thing as well. Talk to me about this one. This one's a little different. I've been saving this one, kind of holding it back, kind of hanging out in the bat cave, not sharing it. Talk to me about this one. I could talk to you about this one in a way that probably no one else on the planet can, and I'd love to do that with you. Talk to you soon. Conscious Counseling 101, I'm Paul Roberts.